Good morning, afternoon, or evening, beautiful people. My name is SavageHexes. This is Wizard101, and I bring to you today episode 2 of the Wizard101 playthrough that I've created, a one life playthrough. In episode 1, I explained the rules, what I was doing, why I was doing what I was doing, and if you remember where we left off, we had just finished Unicorn Way, and we're going to talk to Merle Ambrose. So I actually seen the quest that we got. We got a quest from uh, Boris Tallspear in the library, and he wanted us to go and find the history of magic. So in there, if you remember correctly, if you guys remember from episode 1, I said that we would be returning to Lady Blackhope. As you can see, saving Private Ryan. They gave us a mission to go deal with Lady Blackhope. I said we would be going back to Unicorn Way to deal with her later because we had another quest that we needed to do. Learning about magic, history of magic. This takes you to the dungeons of all specific bosses. So we will be going through it periodically, but we'll be doing Black Hope first, so that's what we're gonna do right now, is go and battle Lady Black Hope. So we're gonna go back to Unicorn Way and deal with Lady Black Hope first before doing anything else. So yeah, this is not a difficult. This is pretty straightforward and pretty easy mission. Lady Black Hope isn't a major threat as far as Wizard 101 bosses go. She's actually pretty simple, just like Rattlebones, which we fought in the first episode. She shouldn't be too challenging. She does have a minion, but it's a lost soul minion, I believe. So again, oh no, it's a skeletal bear. Okay.
Well, they should be. Everyone should be. Malister has opened the seals. The dead rise. Let all who still live beware. My dark master will be avenged.
Yeah, that's a lot of tough talk for.
You want me to stop?
Okay, shut up, lady. I'm done. I'm done talking.
Let's see if you have enough spirit to stop me.
I do, actually. I doubt that you have what it takes to stop me. But yeah. So we'll be dealing with her, putting her out of her misery. He fizzled. I was gonna laugh if I fizzled. That takes care of the minion. Just her left. She is life, boss. I don't think there's any resistances yet. For those of you with a keen eye that see the little details, you'll notice later on you'll start to see that the same spells do more damage. That's because these bosses on Unicorn Way are actually leveled down. Like I said in episode 1, these bosses are actually watered down to make fighting them a lot easier. So, she's not overly complicated. Let us. I hope this finishes. Okay. And that should be a wrap for her. Yeah.
I suppose you have enough spirit after all. Go tell the guardsmen I would.
Life magic.
Okay, so that takes care of that. And we go tell the guard that we're done with Lady Black Hope. Okay.
You defeated Lady Blackhope? Thanks, Wizard. I don't want him to think I'll flee from the first ghost that chases me. I only run from the really scary ones.
Alright, so let's go back to Connolly and let him know that his friend is okay. Oh, I got stuck in the chest. So here. Back to Private Connolly.
I see you found...
Well,
Say, can you check? She's just down the road a bit, and she usually keeps her lights on. She doesn't like all the lost souls roaming around. Can't say that I blame her.
Alright. So we gotta go talk to Dorothy, Gale, which, for any fans of The Wizard of Oz, they will start to see references here for this quest. This is an unusual. I keep seeing these two chests like right next to each other. It's kind of unusual. Cool, nonetheless.
Oh, hello. You say that Private Conley was worried about me? He always... I'm all right. Say...
So she's all right, but she wants you to check on her friends since we're doing wellness checks on everybody. So let's go check on her friends. That was Dorothy. Now we're gonna go find Dorothy's friends.
what? You say that Dorothy is looking for us? We were just about...
Oh, I told...
I'm sorry.
So you see Dorothy, the Tin Man, Mr. Toto, so Wizard of Oz. Dorothy's the main character of Wizard of Oz. Toto is her dog, and Tin Man is one of the companions that she meets along the way. So there's that. There's those references. And Wizard101 has a ton of different references. There's a ton of different, like, Easter eggs all throughout the game for people with a keen eye. They do that more of like fanfare for the adults and stuff.
They're safe and sound?
Like I explained in episode 1, I will not be going through the dialogue. I'm not gonna force you guys to sit here and watch me do like talk to everybody and explain everything. I will allow the tutorials to go through just because they save me the trouble of explaining what's happening or what each mechanic is. I'll let you guys hear the tutorials since most of the time they're short. But as far as like story dialogue and stuff like that, I'll skip through all that.
Glad to hear Dorothy is doing well.
Okay, so that's done. And that is all of the quests on Unicorn Way for now. We will return to Unicorn Way periodically, just to do a few more quests here and there, but for the most part, that is all of them. Oh, wait. I'm not going to meet him yet, because the guild master, or the headmaster, actually sends us to introduce ourselves to Diego, so we will do that. We'll have him tell us to come meet him and then do all of his quests all at once instead of coming back and forth. Just to kind of save ourselves multiple trips. So let us go talk to Merle Ambrose and he will tell us to go meet our professors.
Oh, good, you're back. If you are to truly master... Potion flasks, like the one I just gave you, can be used to replenish your health and mana without returning to a non-combat area. If your potion flask runs out, you can replenish it by playing mini-games in the fairgrounds. Oh, and most importantly, make sure they are completely full, with a top on them, or you cannot use them when you need them.
Okay. So let's go talk to Mr. Lincoln. Okay, so hot take. Back in the day, the professors that you see here, like Melinda Wu, the life professor, Arthur, the balance professor, etc., etc., etc. Each professor was in their respective schools, and you'd have to go and do kind of like go to each individual building and talk to the professors and introduce yourself to them. Um, Pretty much just like individually. They did a recent change where obviously, as you can see, all the professors come and meet you instead of you going to each individual school and meeting them. And I always thought that it was cool to go to each building and like familiarize yourself with this is where the ice school is, this is where the storm school is, blah blah blah. I don't really like that the professors come out and kind of greet you and then just go back to their schools. Like the guildmaster told everybody, come out here and meet this one student. Like, stop what you're doing, leave your classrooms, and come talk to this one student. Instead of having the student go into each individual classroom and introduce themselves. But anyway, I digress. Let's continue.
Ah, you must be the new student I've heard so much about. You made quite a name for yourself on Unicorn Way.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually let them introduce each other, like introduce themselves, and we'll go through this little bit of dialogue.
I'm Mr. Lincoln, and I just have some quick paperwork to get you enrolled. Signature here, initials there, and a lock of hair here. Are you allergic to unicorns or eyes of newt? Good. That takes care of that. To complete your enrollment, come meet your professors.
Welcome. I am the professor of the Ice School, where we teach thaumaturges to endure like permafrost, withstanding all attacks.
While in the Storm School, we instruct young diviners to strike hard, fast as lightning, defeat the enemy before they know what hit them.
We pyromancers of the Fire School prefer to carefully fan the flames. Utilizing damage over time spells, we slow burn our enemies to cinders.
Commanding the elements is indeed impressive, but Theurgis of the Life School seek harmony with nature, which gives us the power to heal others.
Sorcerers also seek harmony, symmetry in all things. Balance is unique magic from Crocotopia, which supports and enhances the other schools.
Fireballs and flowers. Freshman magic, that. All wizards summon monsters to fight for us, but only the best conjurers dare study the ways of myth.
And I'm Malone, not, exactly a professor. We haven't had a real deaf professor since the last one turned evil and destroyed the school, so, but I can get you started at being a necromancer. Our death spells drain health from enemies, damaging them and healing ourselves at the same time.
Now, young thaumaturge, I'll take you to the Ice School so I can properly induct you into our wonderful wintry world.
Okay, so the reason that I made the exception and allowed them to introduce themselves is because they basically gave a kind of sneak peek, a very rudimentary explanation of what each school does. Ice, they withstand a lot of damage, they have a lot of health, they're the tank school, they don't really have a whole lot of utility, which makes them the worst school in the game currently, because all they have going for them, their biggest gimmick is that they have a lot of health, but again, with the right equipment and the right perks and the right enchantments and all that, everybody can have a lot of health, so that gimmick really has not withstand the test of time. Storm is obviously in terms of health, it's the weakest school. They have the lowest mana pool. They're considered the glass cannon of Wizard101 because, again, their spells have the most damage output. They do the most damage of all those 7 schools, but they're the squishiest. And then I think it was like life spells. Life is obviously, health, or life is the healer. They have a lot of spells that heal themselves and their party members. Balance is the utility school. It has an all-around, utility. Balance would be the worst school for this challenge because they don't really have particularly high health, and they don't have particularly heavy-hitting spells or attacks. The best schools, in my opinion, for this run would have been life, death, ice, because ice obviously has a lot of health. Life being a natural born healer, they can heal very easily. Um, Death obviously being able to inflict damage while healing the user at the same time, very useful. But again, Myth would have also been a very good one because you can summon minions to fight for you, which is technically a cheese in this challenge. If I ever get Myth, you really start summoning minions to fight with you and have like companions alongside you. So that's kind of a cheesy way to do the mission because it's kind of like a bypass to the rules. It's like, well, you don't really have players helping you, but you do have minions. So Myth is kind of like a cheesy way to play this challenge. But you will see later on, I'll explain later on, how Ice with the highest health pool can actually be pretty powerful.
Ice of you to come.
Yeah. So here you see Snow Serpent is free. I'm going to go ahead and train Snow Serpent. And then you have a training point. So this is the utility of the game. You can, obviously school's my school of choice, so all of this is free. I can learn all this for free. Whereas I would have to use training points to learn from other schools. I'm going to be training Death primarily. So the school of Ice, everybody tells you to train Ice until you get to Tower Shield, because Tower Shield is the biggest utility in that it reduces 50% of the next incoming attack. So everybody trains Ice up until that point. I'm not going to be doing that. Obviously this is my school. I will be focusing on Ice, but I will be training Death next. So we are going to go talk to Marlon. And we're going to be training Death. The first spell is pretty much a throwaway. The second spell is going to be useful because it allows me to, again, heal while fighting. So I can't do that yet, but I will be using Ghoul in the future. And then I'm going to train Death until I get Faint. And then I'm going to train Health or Life until I get Satyr. And that'll give me a very well-rounded area of being able to do decent amount of damage while also being able to heal myself, which is going to help me in this challenge. So.
You're officially enrolled now. Let me also...
Okay, so this is what I was talking about last episode with min-maxing spells. I have a starter deck, which maxes the maximum of spells you can put in a starter deck is 14. So you go here. I already have the max amount of spells. I will not be using the max amount of spells. My strategy is that I use pretty much 2 of each kind. For each. So I have 2 of these stuns, which freezes the target for 1 turn, 2 ice beetles, 2 serpent snakes, 2 pixies, and 2 dark sprites. As you can see, my wand gives me a variation. The wand actually gives you a much weaker version of the school's minion. So I will be eliminating those because I have the equivalent here. So I will be eliminating those. I will not be using those. So they won't pop up because I have a stronger version of those. Okay. There you go. There's a way to like level lock your character, but I don't know how to do that. I don't remember how. I don't know how people level lock their characters. I won't be doing that, obviously, but you can. Does this guy have any more quests for me?
Go to Old Town and talk to Sergeant Muldoon about the unrest in Wizard City.
Okay.
There's no time to waste.
Okay, alright. He wants me to go talk to Sergeant Muldoon. So we'll go do that. Talk to Sergeant Muldoon. Go from there. But, yeah, essentially, I will be training Death and Life, because obviously those are going to give me the best. I mean, it's not... Again, my overall damage isn't going to be that high, but my hope is to be able to, like the nature of ice, to withstand damage, to be able to tank damage long enough to kind of whittle my opponent down, which is the... pretty much the quintessential way to play ice, is to just outlast your opponent.
Beware. Beyond these gates, the city's gone mad. We've got... Talk to the pet and enter the caretaker's tower.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do all this.
Greetings.
She wants me to go get Mistwood, which is an ingredient. We'll get that eventually. Then I gotta go to caretakers. Oh, I gotta go do this as well.
Well, hello.
Okay, perfect. So this is Mistwood, so we're gonna grab this. Go back to the lady. Tell her that we got Mistwood. She's gonna give us a thing to make.
That
She's gonna...
now with
So I put this in the rules for episode 1. It's in the description, but I will not be using any like enchantments or thymes or anything like that. I won't be using any special equipment that I don't get myself in treasuries. So essentially what I mean by that is themes, amulets, and rings, like the flawed opal band, will give you, it will enhance your character. More health, more mana, higher resistance to certain spells, things like that, things of that nature. I will only be using these items that I obtain, wands, equipment, whatever, that I obtain from boss battles and from dungeons. I will not be crafting my own special weapons.
You now have a pet egg in your inventory. Once it hatches, you can equip the pet just as you would a wand.
No, I love.
Alright, so let's fight old Judd. Oh, I get to go first. Okay, so this doesn't cause any pips. I'm gonna go ahead and freeze him for a turn. Or not. That's fine. Or not. It's not gonna do a whole lot of damage because his natural attack did not build up any pips, so not a huge waste. This should kill him if it doesn't fizzle.
I know when I'm warped, but I threw the key to my pet kennel into the kennel itself, I did. You can't get through those bars, no how.
What? That's terrible. We have to get into that kennel. But how? Huh? Oh, I'm Penny Dreadful. You...
Yeah.
You are now commanding your pet, allowing you to get to places and see things wizards can't. Use this ability to enter the next room.
I have an ice badge. Very nice.
Now that your pet has retrieved the key,
Great! Now let's go save all those poor pets.
I saw that smelly guy put in the combo lots of times. It's 000003.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, so let's go let's go unlock this. And okay.
Don't worry.
Let's care of that. Let's go back to Sergeant Muldoon. She basically tells you to go gather different items from different bosses to be able to craft. She'll give you some clothing, and the clothing will then be utilized to. She'll give you new clothes, basically. That's what it is. But we'll see how that. Okay. Yeah.
Triton Avenue. There's a part. You say this was all. The whole city's a mess. The guard is.
You've just received a pet snack. You can feed pet snacks to your pet after it completes a training game.
So Triton Avenue is the next street that we will be doing. Essentially, it is the easiest of the three. A little gimmick that Wizard101 does not tell you. As you saw, we accepted the quest. But we accepted the quest for both Cyclops Lane and Firecat Alley. Now, what the game doesn't tell you, and you should all know, is that Firecat Alley and Cyclops Lane are membership areas. So that's kind of messed up that they let you accept the quest for a membership only area, and then you cannot get in there unless you have a membership. So like if I was not a member and I were to try to go into Cyclops Lane, as you can see in front of me, it'll hit you with a paywall, and it'll tell you that you either need to pay 750 crowns or buy the membership. And that was kind of like a very messed up and predatory way of getting people to buy the membership, because obviously you buy the quest, you get the quest, you're invested, you want to go do the quest, but it doesn't tell you until after. Like nowhere does it tell you this is a membership area. Most people would not accept that quest if they knew it was a membership area. So at this point, like, you can do Triton Avenue, but after you're done with Triton Avenue, that's pretty much it for the free areas. And then you would have to go into like Cyclops Lane and Firecat Alley as a member. So yeah, Wizard101 doesn't really tell you that. There's really nowhere in the quest log or when you accept the quest or in the dialogue that tells you or explains to you that this is a membership only area. So let's go ahead and do this.
I'm lucky you came along. Something has broken the flow. They
want me to do haunted minions. So, on Triton Avenue, these minions actually do not have, just like old Judd, these minions do not have any kind of resistance. They are not watered down like the enemies on Unicorn Way. So the enemies on Unicorn Way are watered down. These guys are not. So these guys pack a punch. Let's go ahead and... Okay, that takes care of that. I would also like to point out that I will not be using it. Like I said, in the rules of episode 1, it says the pet introduction quest is the exception. But I will not be training pets or leveling up pets. Obviously, the whole mechanic with old Judd was to introduce pets. They added a new element where you can control your pet, as you see in that quest. As we saw in that quest, I was able to control my bat. And the bat does fight for you. Like, the bat will help you fight. But I will not be using, for the most part, I won't be using that. Like, you do have ice assist. There's a fire assist, a balance assist. There's an assist for every school, pretty much. But I will not be utilizing that assist unless I absolutely have to. But I will not be training any pets. Like, I won't. There are pets that heal you when you get low on health. There are pets that give you natural resistance or high-powered AOE or attack on everything spells. I won't be getting those pets. At least not right away. I may farm for them and I may do pet training if, like, off camera, if y'all want to see that or would be interested in seeing that. But as you can see already, I don't edit my videos. I don't kind of do any kind of editing or cutting down of my videos. So this, for example, this video is already going on almost 30 minutes, and I have done very little overall. Yeah, there you go. So these are all different quests.
Greetings, wizard.
He's basically going to want me to fight the undead, and this person's also going to send me to fight the undead.
Thanks for the help, wizard. I wouldn't have. I'm worried.
So.
Duncan Grim. Mount, can we? You're right. Wizard, bring me that wand, and I think I can get to the bottom of this.
So Homer Sunblade asked me to fight eels. So Homer Sunblade, he asked me to fight eels. And then both Duncan and Arthur asked me to fight electric eels. So as you can see, that's a 2-for-1. Some spells, a lot of the quests, not spells. A lot of the quests in Wizard101 overlap, and they will have you fight the same type of bosses. Overall, so you take those quests, and do them at the same time, so that you don't have to repeat them over and over again. Passed. Damn it! I fizzled. God damn it. Okay. Okay, so this is where resists come into play. I'm gonna do it just so that you guys can see what it does, but they should have a resist. Yeah, so they're resistant because that eel is a storm creature. It's resistant to damage from the ice school. It doesn't really matter right now because, again, they're soft, they're squishy anyway. He's gonna do physical damage. These bosses are pretty squishy, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But later on, it will matter. resistance is something to keep an eye out for because it will make a difference later on. And this is where like team fighting comes into play and is very helpful because you can, as you see here, I have to fight 3 of them, which means that I have to do 3 separate battles, and it does get tedious after a while, which is why if you guys don't want to watch me go through these mob battles and you prefer that I just, you know, cut and post clips of, you know, oh, I'm walking into Triton Avenue, and then I just do the bosses and show how I did it, then, you know, leave that in the comments below. Let me know. Let me know what you guys want to see. If you guys don't want to sit here and watch me do all this, the videos, even though they are longer, are going to have timestamps. So you will be able to, you know, if you guys want to watch me do all the mobs and watch me fight all the bosses, all the individual minions, and kind of do like a walkthrough of the quests, then I can do that. But if you guys prefer to just go straight to the boss battle, these longer videos will have timestamps on them. That did a fair bit of damage. Like you can see, Storm does a fair bit of damage. Alright, that takes care of that. Now I go and grab these orbs and heal up. And then we'll go back to the others.
Well done. Let's do you think.
Okay, so he wants me to do the Lumina crystals.
We've got to find my sister. If you get her wand from the lightning...
Excellent. Susie is still alive. I know a ritual that they were wearing strange amulets that were crackling with storm energy. Bring me those amulets and I can cast my spell. Okay, well first we're gonna go get the barrels, because he's gonna go. So Homer Sunblade's gonna send us to fight rotting fodder anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and get the barrels first, and then we will go.
Oh, good. My shipment. We didn't.
See? Go fight some rotting fodder. So again, overlapping quests. And true to life, as you can see, I'm doing all the quests and doing everything that I need to do. I'm collecting all the scraps.
Welcome to
I'm doing all the side quests. We're not gonna do that right now. We're not doing the scrapbook right now. We'll do that later. But yeah, this is like I said, I will be doing all the side quests, doing all the side missions, doing pretty much everything. Which, I mean, could, in theory, make the run a little bit easier because I will be leveling up and I have a greater chance due to the RNG and random numbers. I do have a chance of generating better loot by doing all these side quests and these side dungeons. Yeah, there you go. That freeze spell is actually, like, a lot of people, I think, in my opinion, sleep on Storm, or on Ice. Everybody says Storm is the best one, or Storm's the heaviest hitter. Yeah, but Storm is also a glass cannon. Ice has, I mean, that stun block that you know, stops an opponent for an entire turn is pretty slept on. It's pretty underestimated. You know, if used correctly, that could be a pretty good defense. It's 2 out of 3, and then one more. Okay, no stun block for me this time. We'll do this. Since they're classified, even though they're undead, because they're oh, see, they shielded. Clever, clever. They shielded, so this is gonna do a lot less damage. But yeah, even though they're undead, they're classified as storm enemies because of the dialogue and because of the story behind it. So yeah, there's a reason as to why these undead are classified as storm. That's a high level balance. Oh, I did not know that they had that. Wow, interesting. I've never seen them use that before. Cool. That's a 2-pit. That's a 2-pit balance spell, so that's pretty interesting that they have that. That's another thing about Wizard101 is that the bosses, you would think, okay, undead boss or undead minion would have undead spells, right? Kind of like in Pokemon, you can kind of predict a water type has water type attacks, so a fire type has fire type attacks. Not in Wizard101. In Wizard101, the variety of abilities and spells that these bosses have is astronomical. You'll have death minions that use storm magic, like you've seen here. And you will have life wizards that use, or life minions that use, you know, myth spells. Like it's intense. It's crazy how surprising.
Now, let's see what I can... If I'm right, I can... Nothing. Who... They make...
So, I leveled up again, which means that I have another spell that I can...
You did it! Quickly, now that that teleporter's repaired, you can go deal with that Kraken. Head on down. And be careful. Good luck, Wizard.
We're not doing that right now. We ain't finna do all that right now. So 43. I am going to push through to Triton Avenue. I'm gonna go through Triton Avenue because it's fairly quickly.
You're out of luck. I've got lot.
That's what I gotta do. I gotta go with the cog wheel. Okay.
Hello again. I need your assistance for a moment. Could you come see me, please?
She's so nice. Hello, come see me at my school, please. She's very nice. Very sweet lady. Okay. Oh, Scarlet Screamer. Oh no. Alright, let's go do the Scarlet Screamers. Let's go ahead and block this. That spell always, yeah. If it doesn't fizzle, right? Like it's a great stun block if it doesn't fail. I don't know what the percentage on that is. What is the percentage on the stun block? 70%. That's why. I was like, why does it keep crumbling? Never mind, I take back what I said earlier. That's a terrible stun block. A 70% stun block is awful. Or rather, I should say, a stun block with a 70% success rate is abysmal. It's terrible. Yeah. Garbage. I'm gonna remove that from my deck immediately. And add ghouls. Perfect. Remove that from my deck immediately. That stun block doesn't do like at all anything. Even remotely use freeze is terrible, terrible. Remove it from my deck immediately. Get rid of it. I'm gonna go train death and get ghoul, which will be much better. Let me try this. Oh Lord, there's gonna be a lot of fizzling. Every time I go to use a storm spell, it just fizzles. Didn't finish. I should finish it though. Leprechaun? See what I'm talking about? Like, that's a myth. That's a myth creature using a life spell. Like, the card pull that these creatures have is just ridiculous. Now I gotta fight another one. Alright. Who going first? I'm going first. Okay, that's... Eesh. Okay. We can eliminate that because they have resistance to that. Let's try this. Let's try our hand at this again. Let's watch it fizzle. Oh, thank God. Alright, that did a fair amount of damage. My God. Fire cap. No! No! Oh, God. Okay. Frickin' imp. Please don't fizzle. My God. Watch, with my luck, that's gonna happen during a boss
Bother
battle.
this soggy place and be bother you. If this coil's so precious to you, take it.
Alright. So now I need to find the little blue, orbs and get more magic, more mana. I'm running out of mana. That's never good. It's never a good thing. No mana means no spells, typically. So.
Splendid. Now, put those cogs to good use and get the old wheel turning. I'll fix the lightning rod. Alright, we're ready. Here, just pull this lever and we'll charge that luminous crystal.
Pull the lever, Kronk!
Ah, well done, wizard. Thanks to you, I'm back in business. Here you are. One brand new, fully charged lumina crystal. She's a beauty. I
hope she serves you well.
Illumina crystal. This should be the Lumina.
It's Susie. It looked like she.
Alright, so that is the boss of Triton Avenue. Ironically. So Triton Avenue's already there, that's the end. I could go and fight Triton Avenue and be done with it and over, and we'd win and it'd be over, right? Wrong. I'm going to the commons and I'm going to learn the spell because we're going to fight the first real run-ending, challenge-ending boss of this playthrough, which is going to be the Kraken. The Kraken has an immense amount of power, and it has a very real potential of ending our run and killing my character if I'm not careful. So we're going to prepare accordingly.
Well, I'm so glad. Fill this vial with the unnaturally pure water from the pond in the commons, and then take it to the ice tree outside.
Yeah. Alright, let's go to Death School. Train Ghoul. And put that in our deck. Perfect. So that's going to help us out a little bit in the fight against the Kraken, but I am nervous. I am nervous about that fight because I'm not going to lie, the Kraken has taken out duos and trios before, and it has a lot of stopping power for sure. So we're gonna see if we're able to pull it off. If we're able to defeat.
You fill the flask with pure water from the pond.
We're gonna see if we can win that fight.
So, you seek the blessing of the giants. Let me see this vial of water.
You hold up the flask of pure water. Kelvin freezes the water into a crystalline shard of ice.
There. This is a flawless ice shard. As hard as a diamond and as cold as the north wind.
Kelvin teaches you the words of power.
Say these words as you hurl your offering from Elik's Edge, the cliff in the shopping district.
Okay. So we gotta do this. Listen, again, I'm doing this because I'm nervous about this fight. I'm dreading this fight. I'm dreading the Kraken fight. I'm ironically dreading the Kraken more than I am dreading fighting the Harvest Lord, which is the.
You shout the words of power: Klaatu, Barata, Niktu.
Say that 3 times real quick.
You toss the shard of ice. You summon a master of frost.
Oh. That's cool.
Who dares disturb my rest? Aha! Know ye that we accept your study our magic well? Great evil is rising, and you may need our magic to stop it.
Very nice. Let's go talk to Professor Grey Rose again. We're doing the Kraken this episode. We're doing the Kraken this episode for sure. But I want to see what spell she's going to give me that is going to give me potentially an edge over the Kraken.
Exceptional work, young. Here, you deserve the ice trap spell.
That'll be good.
That'll be good. More.
That'll increase the overall damage of my hold on, let me see if I can learn another spell from you. Can I learn another spell from you? No, that's level 8 is Volcanic Shield. Okay. Okay, well, that's going to increase the overall damage output of my attacks, so that'll be good when fighting the Kraken, because I'll be able to do more damage. But we'll see what we can do against this, this Kraken. The Kraken is a very powerful beast of an animal, and it may kill my run right here. Episode 2, my character may just be killed. So we will see how this goes. Going back to Triton Avenue, and we're gonna go and take out that Kraken. And I'm sure that there's more preparation that I can do. Like there was an exclamation mark over Penny Dreadful's head, and I could probably do her quest and get a little bit more XP and level up and whatnot. Probably get that shield that I think gives you storm resistance. I know there's a shield that gives you storm resistance, which would probably be good for this fight. But we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Hopefully we can win and defeat the Kraken, which is going to be the first major boss that we fight this go in. So let's, without further ado, let's get into it. And let's fight the Kraken, mano a mano, 1v1. Oh, and they go first. Ooh, that's gonna be tough. Okay, I'm immediately going to I'm gonna eliminate the snake, because that's going to be I'm gonna pass. I have to pass, which is not ideal. But okay, fizzle. Okay, the only thing I got going for me in this fight really is that there's storm, and storm tends to fizzle a lot. I'm gonna save the ghoul for now, and I'm just gonna hit them with. Wait, hold on. Did I add? I may not have added the fucking. Oh, I may not have added my shield. Ice trap to my deck. That probably would have been good to put an ice shield on that before using the snake. I did not. Oh, I did. Okay, alright. So we're going to go ahead and delete that. We're going to go ahead and delete this. We're going to put an ice trap on that one. Hopefully I get another snake. Oh, this is going to hurt. That's going to hurt. Oh, that's going to hurt. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. That was a natural attack. Okay, I don't really have a lot of choice here. I'm going to have to heal. I don't have a choice. I don't want to risk dying, so go ahead and heal back to full health. They're going to go first. They got 2 pips. We're going to go ahead and put another ice trap on them. Okay, alright. That's Storm Snake. Not ideal, but we'll take it. Did a fair bit of damage. It's not great that the Kraken gets to go first. That's really putting a hurting on me right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the Ice Snake. Okay, they passed. So that's good. I didn't fizzle. This should do a decent amount of damage. Perfect. That's what we want. Okay. This is looking good. I'm going to go ahead and hit with Fire Cat because I have a decent amount of health. I can tank whatever they're about to throw at me. That's good. Thunder Snake is the pip one. The first pip is good. That's a 1 pip attack. That's okay. We tank those. We'll take those. Ooh, 90 damage. That's all I get from that. Ugh. That's not ideal. But this should finish the fight. That should finish them off. And that's it. GG's. There goes the Kraken. that was a tough fight. That was you might not think it, but that was I mean, we didn't really get any close calls. It could have been a lot worse, but yeah.
I saw the whole battle, Wizard. Masterfully done. We got the beast at bay. Now I hope we can get the rest.
Hello there, dear. I see you've been training hard. Come see me when you can. I have a new spell I would like to teach you.
Okay, well, on that lovely note, we will be stopping the video here. This has been Triton Avenue, episode 1. In the next episode, we will be finishing off Triton Avenue by fighting the Harvest Lord, and from there, and taking care of the other boss, to collect the scrapbook. So we will be doing the Skull Fort next episode, and we will also be doing the Harvest Lord. So deal with that, and then then once that's done, we will be taking on the second hardest street, which will be the Colossus Boulevard, wherever that may be. Yeah, Cyclops Lane, not Colossus Boulevard, Cyclops Lane. So we'll be going Cyclops Lane next next episode, and running through that. I may do some of these quests off camera, like Penny Dreadful's quest. I may do off camera because that just involves me going back to Unicorn Way and fighting all of the bosses in Unicorn Way all over again for her research. So we won't be. I won't force you guys to watch that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you've made it this far, I know it's a very long video. I will be placing timestamps in my videos going forward so that you guys can see specific battles and you don't have to watch me go from place to place. But like I said, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like. It does go a long way. It does let me know that you guys do enjoy watching these videos and want to see more. Any tips, comments, questions, concerns, anything that you really want, just leave them down in the comments below. And again, can't thank you guys enough. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.